Hello Sleepyheads, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Remy and I make ASMR videos. For today's video, I'm going to show you a few of my June favorites. Not at all a comprehensive selection. Just a few things I thought would be fun to look at together here in my car. I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. Given that the microphone works much better at this close distance than when balanced on my knee. So that's going to take some figuring out when I need both my hands to show you something. We'll see how that goes. So starting now. So first up we have this pair of shoes. Maybe I'll just show you one to begin with. But if you can't tell, I got them from Crossroads. Gosh, what a mess. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So I have wiped them down, just so you know, so the bottoms are clean. They're just, sorry if it gives you the heebie-jeebies, even with me saying that, to see the bottoms of the shoes, or it's rude to show you the bottoms. So they have more height than they seem once your foot is inside, but they're these black lace-up sandals with some cutouts and like a 2-inch heel, a bit of a platform as well. So maybe a 1-inch platform and then a 2-inch heel overall. And I absolutely love these. I've not really been super into the loafer trend personally. But I do love the idea of wearing white socks with a kind of loafer-esque shoe. And I just needed to find the kind of loafer-inspired shoe that would be a little more my style. And I didn't have like a set goal. Sorry, lost my voice for a second. I didn't have a set goal, like a thrifting goal in mind. I just knew that I hadn't found any loafers I liked, and loafers in general are a little heavier, at least the ones I've seen in the trend. Like either they're too flat or, because you don't have to have a heel on your loafer, either they're too flat, like kind of slip-ons, and not something I would really wear as a person who likes a bit of a heel always, or they were too chunky. Too much of that kind of Doc Marten-esque bottom heaviness. So these had some of the elements, and I love the lace-up shoe, that like I'm hard-pressed to feel as strongly about any shoe as I would, like any shoe without laces, as I would about an identical shoe with laces. That was a weird way to say that, right? Well, there's a tongue as well. So cute. You don't usually see that in something like this, but they do little tongues. And I was killing time in a Crossroads, kind of out of the way of where I usually am, because I was in the area for a work errand and I had some time to kill. So I was walking out of the fitting room. I tried on a few items. One pair of pants I really liked, the rest were all misses. And I was wondering whether I should get the pants or not, and I was on my way out of the fitting room area, and I saw these on a shelf, and it was like that moment in Stranger Than Fiction when Harold Crick sees the guitar, the kind of seafoam green guitar that quietly, confidently says, "I rock." Like, these shoes were definitely not the flashiest ones on the shelf, and they would have possibly, been easy to overlook, but they spoke clear as a bell to me. It was like the fastest, like I saw them, took them off, like took them down without a second thought. Wasn't really like feeling like I had the energy to do a big try on. Like, if I'd seen a piece of clothing at that point, I probably was too enervated to even take something back in the fitting room. But I grabbed the shoes, put them on the floor, slipped one of my feet right in, perfect fit, and I liked them enough that I didn't even need to look in a mirror, at a distance, like we often need to with shoes. Be like, how do they look from like an ant's perspective? Not really, just how do they look from someone else's perspective, not the bird's eye, right? Yeah, the whole thing from the moment I noticed them to the moment I was resolved to buy them was maybe 20 seconds. So I'm excited to wear them this summer with white socks. Maybe some other colored socks. Socks of other colors, but especially for that white socks and loafers look that I do so enjoy. Gotta keep an eye on the time. I'm tutoring in like 15-20 minutes. Next up. Okay, I am obsessed with these. These are squiggly knife cut style noodles with soy and sesame sauce from Trader Joe's, and they've totally dethroned those spicy ramens. They've taken the top place in my easy noodles heart. You know what I mean? They're my go-to now for something fast, something cheap and cheerful and warm, something that feels like it'll stick to your bones just a little bit, just a tiny little bit. In fact, I find these much more filling than those ramen cups, and not nearly as salty. These are just, in my mind, so much better. So if Trader Joe's stops producing and selling these, stops manufacturing, that's the word I was looking for, stops manufacturing these, as Trader Joe's has been known to do with many a crowd pleaser, many a fan favorite product, I will go back to the ramens, but I love these so much. Maybe I have a video or something, some clip to splice in to show you what they look like in the bowl, because you never do know. You never do know with like instant soups and instant noodles. Although in my opinion, a lot of the time they're really good. So yeah, these are my new obsession. Food-wise, my new at-home food fixation. Oh, I forgot to say about the shoes. I have so many fun thrift and vintage, just secondhand finds from the last year. So many clothing and accessory pieces that I absolutely love. And I explained in the video, I filmed a longer video at my apartment earlier today, and I went into how I want to do a whole video going into all of that, doing a big show and tell, going deeper into that, giving you a look at all those. So these are just a taste of that. So I have another food item for you all, also from Trader Joe's, but this one's more of an honorable mention because I've only just discovered it and tried it once, technically 5 times because there are 10 in a pack, and my partner and I split them, but still I need time to see if it's really going to become part of my regular rotation enough to merit the vaunted designation of a true favorite, enough to actually make the favorites list. Sometimes I say something that I think sounds stupid, and then I do another take of me just saying it more simply, just to hedge my bets when I'm editing in case I'm like, ugh, about something I say off the cuff, like trying to be jokey, but then maybe later I'm like, joke. Do you get that reference? That's a Friends reference. So these are the Trader Joe's chocolatey coated peanut butter crispy rice bites. And I'm sure you can imagine just how delicious they are. I'm glad they have a picture, actually several, on the packaging. And they're really, really delicious and surprisingly vegan friendly. They're really crispy, really chewy, salty, kind of caramely. They have a bit of a coffee taste, interestingly. I don't think they have coffee in them. They have green tea as a preservative, but they do have a bit of a coffee, kind of an espresso, like that faint espresso flavor that you might expect in tiramisu. Actually, it's a lot stronger in tiramisu, but it's definitely there for these, and they're really delicious. They're just a little hard for me, for my jaw, because of my crepitus, which I learned that I had. I knew I had a jaw problem, but this past year I figured out, I was told by an orthodontist from whom I was getting a quote for some Invisalign. That didn't go well. She gave me the number and I was like, thank you very much. We'll circle back to this. And she was like, well, you really want to start now, you know. You want to catch this early, as early as you can, not let it get any worse. And I was like, that's true. I do want to do that, but I won't be doing that. But yeah, she told me that the jaw problem I have is called crepitus. And this can be a little hard for them. Granola, bagels, pretzels can be a little hard for my crepitus. Okay, putting this back down. Next favorite. This also barely qualifies as a favorite. Not because I really don't like it, but because there's no real reasoning behind it. You'll see what I mean. I really have been enjoying this Paulas Choice water infusing electrolyte moisturizer with potassium and magnesium. But I don't know if it does anything. I think I just like how it feels coming out. It has a whipped kind of airy texture, kind of airy mousse-like texture. And I don't even know if it feels any different than any other moisturizer once it's on my skin. I mean, moisturizers can feel very different from one another, but it just feels like a very normal kind of medium slip, like somewhere between thick and thin. You know, not greasy. It's not greasy. It's nice. It's really nice. But I just think psychologically it just feels luxurious to me. I got it as a free sample when I was replenishing a few of my staples from Paulas Choice. I tried to stop using the salicylic acid. The blue, the one for redness relief. It's called like Clear. It's a toner, or no, it's a BHA. I think so. But I tried to wean myself off that when I ran out, and my skin freaked out. It's still kind of recovering, so I ended up going back. To my tried and trues from Paulas Choice, and when I did, they were doing a promotion, and I got this for free. And I think I was just excited by the sound of it. And I was like, I use very basic moisturizers because I don't want to spend money on that in particular. When something very gentle, very no frills works great for me, I'd rather spend money on actives, on just other. I'd rather spend money on actives, things like that. So when I got this for free, it just felt very, it's so funny to admit, very luxurious to me. So can I confidently recommend it to you? No. Do I know if it's doing anything? No. Have I seen a marked change in my skin? No. But am I really enjoying using this and putting it on? Just like, it makes me happy. It's not necessarily having any effect on my skin, but it's having a nice psychological effect. So do I like it on that level? Yes. Yes, I do. I like the experience I am having with it. I think that's the mail truck that hit me. I'm going to say that every time. So yeah. So I'm just about out of time, and the last favorite I was going to show you anyway was this set of spoon rings. And I think maybe I'll do that in a separate video anyway, so I can show you my collection closer up. It's a bit of a misnomer, not misnomer, it's a bit misleading to say collection because these are they. These are all my spoon rings, I'm pretty sure. But I just think it'd be fun as its own video because they're so detailed, and I can tell you about where I got them. But I got 2 of them for my birthday this past year at a bazaar, at a flea market here in Los Angeles, and then one of them my sister gave me years ago. So, but I've been really enjoying wearing them. I got the 2 new ones resized to fit, to not fall off, which they had been. At least they'd been at risk of doing. I didn't let them full on fall off, but they were very loose, and it was always a risk. So yeah, that's everything for today. Sorry, I'm just watching and making sure my tutoring client doesn't pull up while I'm filming. So yeah, these are my last favorites, and I love to I'll do it far away so it's not too loud. I love to fiddle with them, but you have to be very careful. It's almost like wearing brass knuckles. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and listening. Let me know how you're liking this different setup, this car setup. I might put a filter on these videos just in case there are like recognizable, identifiable, I don't know, bits and bobs in the background. I'm fine, but again, just to respect the people at whose house I am staying. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. I'll take a look later. Maybe sometimes I'll do that, like depending on the video, if it looks like there's a little too much of a view of the street or I'm parked particularly close, because sometimes I'm not even so much in the vicinity, you know. So it's a bit of a stretch that it would even matter. But anyway, so something I'll maybe do sometimes. I don't know why I'm disclaiming something that hasn't even happened yet. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what you think of this video style, and maybe the accidental, the circumstantial mix of close-up whispering, close-up soft speaking, close-up soft speaking, and less close-up soft speaking, more kind of like lo-fi sounding. So thank you so much for watching and listening. I hope you get lots and lots of good REM sleep, and as always, I hope all your dreams are sweet.